Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today we are looking at the Mattel Masterverse Masters of the Universe New Eternia Too Bad. Now, this was a figure that everybody said, if you're looking at New Eternia figures, Too Bad is too good not to pick up. So let's take a look at the packaging, and then we'll take a look at the figure. The package, we've seen this before. The new Eternia packages are all the Masterverse figures are effectively in the same box. They just get different taglines down below there, different sort of bits and pieces here and there. But by and large, Masterverse kind of all has this look. Interestingly enough, if somebody didn't know, and I don't think I've mentioned this, but if somebody didn't know that this was Masters of the Universe, it would be pretty hard to figure that out. You know what I mean? Like and that's something that I wonder if they've kind of missed the boat a little bit in terms of selling these as Masters of the Universe figures, or as I like to call them, He-Mans. Because, if I sent somebody to the store and said, hey, if they have any Masterverse figures, if they have any He-Mans, let me know. I don't know that anybody that doesn't know what Masterverse is would know that this was, a Masters of the Universe figure. Just a little sort of aside. But anyway, we get the nice big open window. New Eternia, Too Bad down on the bottom there. On the side, as we've gotten with all of the new Eternia figures, I think all of the Masterverse figures, actually, as I said, they're pretty consistent. We get some art on the side there with Too Bad, looking very menacing. I mean, he's a mean-looking dude. Let's be honest, he is a mean-looking dude. On the back, you get the full art with the bio, and then the also available call-outs down at the bottom there. This art is really, really good. Not that I keep the boxes, but and then Too Bad is the double-headed evil strategist. I don't know much about Too Bad, but it's a pretty cool looking figure, and it's really about the figure. So let's get this guy out of the box. All right, so here we have Too Bad out of the package. First impressions, it's a really, really good looking figure. This is a very fun figure. You, of course, have two characters basically fused together into one, and to make one sort of ultimate baddie. He's really, really big as well. People were saying, he's very big. He's very big. I didn't know what to expect because I thought Beastman was going to be really, really big, but he is considerably bigger than Beastman. Buzz Off, who's one of my favorites, right there by comparison as well, is quite a bit shorter. Now, Buzz Off to Too Bad, I like that sort of size difference. I really hope they make another Beastman, and I really hope they make a bigger, badder Beastman. But, we're talking about Too Bad today. We're looking at Too Bad. Again, I have the same feeling about the plastic. This plastic just feels light. It feels hollow. It feels cheap, which is why, some of the joints feel a little bit funny, and it still bothers me a little bit. It doesn't bother me as much as it did initially. I have come to expect this plastic from, Mattel, and from the Masterverse line. So it's not something that bothers me. As I said, I know what I'm getting when I'm buying these figures. I just wish they would use better plastic. That's all I'm saying, is that there's better plastic out there, and I'm not sure why they're sort of choosing not to use it. But the figure looks absolutely fantastic. The sculpting is crazy because you've got sort of a sinewy, muscly kind of looking blue half of the figure. I don't know their names. They're sort of separated names. And then you've got this scaly kind of reptilian purple side. And both sides look really, really good. The sculpt all the way through, is sort of broken up in a weird way. but it works. Like there's actually like a physical dimension to the sort of seam. But paint app wise, I mean, there's a ton of paint on here, and if you look, if you bend the knees, you can sort of see the base color there. It's that light blue for that side, and then that light. It's not quite a purple. It's not. I don't know what to sort of call that color, but there's a wash over like the whole figure, which is pretty impressive. The skirt piece has a wash as well. Lots of hits of deco on the belt. The shoulder pauldron, as well as the chest armor and the wrist gauntlets, the shin shin guards, whatever. None of them have any paint apps, which is okay. They are done in, for the most part, like metallic plastics, and they still look pretty good. They still have that sort of vintage inspired feel by not having any paint apps, which I kind of find a little bit, there's an element of it that sort of feels a little bit nostalgic, but there's an element of it as well where, with all the paint apps that you get on the belt, it's weird that and the body, right, and sort of everywhere else, it's weird that we can't just get a wash on the armor or something. Yeah, there's a cool little sort of design detail on the back there, like a mouth, that will hold a weapon, by the way, but we'll get there when we get to the accessories. Anyways, as I said, first impressions, this guy is big and bad, and bad in a good way, I should say. And yeah, just a really, really cool, fun sculpt with a bunch of accessories. So let's take a look at those accessories. First, we got this shield, and the shield is sort of split in half sculpt-wise. There's more of a rough textured side and then a smooth textured side. It's got square pyramid style, spikes or I don't know, sculpt on there. And then some round balls on the other side. It's got that two-sided dragon look, same as he's got on the belt. And some straps there so that he can hold on to it. And that, of course, is going to go on that side. On the other side, we have, in a similar motif with I think it's a dragon and an eagle or something. I don't know. You guys could probably tell me. But we've got that motif sort of echoed again with this double-sided axe. Very nicely sculpted. I don't know if it's cast in this odd green pearlescent sort of, it's an odd color. It is a very strange color, but I like it because it's different, it's unique. Some paint on the handle. That's a fun accessory. Then we get some sort of striking weapons. We get this spiked mace, and another spiked mace, but it's not like you'd expect. It's the square sort of pyramid. So in contrast to this one, of course, right? So you get the sphere, and then you get this more sort of angular one. So that's kind of cool. I like the sort of playfulness of the different sort of things going on left to right. Then we get this little pistol. Mine is totally bent. That's fine. If I heat it up, I'm sure I can straighten it back out. It's soft enough plastic that's not going to be an issue. But he's got a holster for that on the hip there as well. So that'll probably just end up being in that holster anyway. And I'm not really that worried about it being a little bit crooked. Then we get an extra set of hands. So you get the standard C gripping hands out of the box, but in the pack-in you do get a set of fists. So one spare set of hands, which I think for this case, or for this figure, is enough. I mean, that's a lot of stuff. Way more than he's going to be able to hold. Way more than he's going to be able to carry. hands aside, or is it? Because there is the holster on the side and there is that mouth thing on the back. So let me get this guy all geared up and give you my thoughts. All right, so there you go. With the two fists, he's got the shield on his wrist. He's got the axe in that sort of mouth, in the armor strap thing. So I think he actually looks really, really cool set up this way. And as I said, apart from the hands, and I don't sort of count that against him, he can actually hold everything that he comes with, which I didn't really sort of anticipate, because it just seemed like he had a lot of stuff. But yeah, you can get them all geared up, looking pretty good, looking very menacing with those two nasty heads. And you can have them, I guess you could sort of have him fighting in two different directions at the same time if you want, since he is too bad, and he is there is sort of two brains there, two egos going on. But yeah, a very, very fun figure, and one that I'm digging. I'm digging a lot more than I thought that I would. And thank you to everybody that recommended this figure, because you were absolutely right. This is a really, really cool figure, and definitely a figure that I would recommend. There is definitely a rule of cool thing going on here, but also as far as a Masters of the Universe character, I think Too Bad is a very, very iconic character, and I think they've done a very good job with him. So yeah, if you don't already have Too Bad, you probably already do though, go out and grab one, because I think you could probably find them for a pretty good price too. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe. And if you don't want to miss future videos, hit that bell icon to get notifications of future videos. Until next time, bye-bye.